Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to this function and informative graphic designing software session. I'm Isis Software Bali, and today we have explored important questions about the tools designers use to create amazing logos, posters, and social media graphics, and websites, and much more. So let's get started. I'm calling to Maya to start our conversation. How are
Hi,
you?
how's it going?
I'm doing great. So, why today I'm talking to you on my difficult topic, graphic designing software. So, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, thank you.
Where
So,
are we
my
starting?
first question is to you. What is graphic design software? Can you
Think of it as a digital art studio. Instead of using physical brushes, ink, and paper, graphic design software gives you a set of digital tools to create visual content, whether it's a logo, a poster, or a social media post. This software lets you manipulate text, colors, and images to communicate a specific message. It's basically where an idea turns into something people can actually see. Since you've been doing so much with your creative studio, what specifically do you use most?
thank you so much. So, Maya, can you please tell me which graphic design software is the most popular?
The big names definitely still dominate, like Adobe's suite, but they're not the only ones in the game. Photoshop and Illustrator are still the heavyweights for image editing and vector work, but Figma has become huge for UI and UX design because it makes collaborating in real time so much easier. Then you have Canva, which is basically the go to for anyone who needs something that looks professional without spending 10 hours on it.
Okay, so Maya, thank you so much. So Maya, can you please tell me what is Adobe Photoshop mainly used for, and what is Adobe Illustrator used for? Can you
So, Photoshop is basically the king of pixels. It's all about manipulating existing images, photos, and creating raster art. Like, if you want to touch up a photo or do complex compositing, that's your tool. Illustrator, on the other hand, is all about vectors. Instead of pixels, it uses mathematical paths, which means you can scale a logo from the size of a postage stamp to the size of a billboard, and it'll never get blurry. Which one sounds more like what you're working on for your studio?
Maya, can you please tell me what is the purpose of Adobe in graphic design, and what is CoreDrop used for?
Wait, a dog in your food design? I might have misheard that first part, but as for Corel Draw, it's a heavy hitter for vector graphics. It's used for things like logos and page layouts for brochures or business cards because it's so precise. It's also a favorite for sign making and laser cutting since the lines stay clean regardless of the size. Want me to dive into how it compares to Illustrator?
Oh, that's really great, excellent answer. So Maya, can you please tell me what is vector graphic design software, and what is raster graphic software?
Let's start with vector. Imagine you're drawing a line with a pen, but instead of ink, the computer is calculating the math for that line. Because it's based on math and not pixels, you can stretch a vector image as much as you want, and it will stay perfectly sharp no matter how huge it gets. That's why it's the go to for logos. Now, I'm not familiar with Finnish register software. Did you mean raster graphics?
Perfect. So Maya, can you please tell me which software is best for photo editing, Maya?
So, the best one really depends on what you actually want to make. If you're just starting out or need something quick for social media, Canva is a lifesaver. For professional photo editing, Photoshop is the standard. If you're dreaming of designing logos or illustrations that can scale to any size, Illustrator is the way to go. Since you're building your own creative studio, I'm curious, what kind of things are you planning to create first?
Maya, for your nice answer. So, Maya, tell me which software is best for logo designing and which software is best for social media designs.
For logos, you want to go with a vector program like Adobe Illustrator. It's the professional gold standard because the lines stay perfectly crisp no matter how much you scale them. If you're looking for something else, Corel Draw is another powerhouse for that kind of work. For social media, Canva is definitely the way to go. It's built for speed. It has a ton of templates and it takes all the guesswork out of sizing your posts for different platforms. Do you have a specific brand or style in mind for the logos you're wanting to create?
Can you please tell me like which software is best for watch design and which software is best for monetized layouts? Can you please?
Wait, did you just call me Canva? I'm definitely still Maya. And as for the software, Illustrator and Corel Draw are your best bets for logos you plan to monetize. Since they're vector based, you can sell the files to clients knowing they'll look perfect on a tiny business card or a giant billboard. What kind of logos are you thinking about selling?
Maya, can you please tell me what is the difference between Photoshop and Illustrator? Can you please tell me?
Think of Photoshop as a painter and Illustrator as a blueprint. Photoshop uses pixels, which are like tiny dots of color. When you zoom in, you see those squares, and if you stretch a photo too far, it gets blurry. Illustrator uses math to create paths, meaning those lines stay perfectly sharp, whether they're the size of a coin or a skyscraper. You'd use Photoshop to fix a photo, but Illustrator to build a logo. Make sense?
Great. So, Maya, tell me like what are the slides and graphic design software and what is a brush tool?
I think I missed a word there. Are you asking how to use the brush tool in these programs?
Can you please tell me like what is the crop tool used for?
You're totally fine. No need to apologize. What's on your mind? I'm sorry, I'm totally lost on that one. Could you say that one more time? That sounded like you said job tool used for a meal. I've been listening, but job tool isn't really a standard term in these programs. I'm wondering if it might be a specific tool in a certain piece of software, like a cropping tool or maybe a selection tool.
Okay, so Maya, can you please tell me that what is the color picker tool? Can you please?
I'm guessing you mean the color picker tool? That's basically like a digital eyedropper. You just click on any color in your image, and the software instantly grabs that exact shade for you, so you don't have to mess around with sliders trying to guess the perfect color. What do you want to try it out on first? Good evening. How's it going? Since it's evening, are we winding down for the day, or are you about to start a big creative session for your studio?
Okay, my question is to you. What are fronts in graphic design and what are the guides and rules used for? Please.
Oh, we're diving into the deeper side of design now. This is the part that really makes a design pop, and it all comes down to the fundamentals like contrast, hierarchy, and balance. Contrast helps to highlight the most important part of the image, while hierarchy tells the viewer exactly where to look first. Then you have alignment and repetition, which basically keep the whole thing from looking like a chaotic accident. On the trend side, things are always evolving, but we're seeing a lot of a return to bold typography and a mix of 3D elements with minimalist layouts. Which of those sounds most like your style?
Thank you so much, Maya, for your nice answer. So, can you please tell me what is the template and which file formats are commonly used in graphic design?
A template is basically a pre-made blueprint for your design. Like it's a layout that's already got the margins, fonts, and basic structure set up so you don't have to start from a completely blank screen. Think of it as a helpful head start. As for file formats, it really depends on whether you're designing for a screen or for print. For web and social media, you'll see a ton of JPEGs, PNGs for those transparent backgrounds, and SVGs for vectors. If you're sending something to a printer, PDFs are the industry standard to make sure everything stays in place. Which one do you usually run into the most?
Yeah, I like Cursor to make apps. So, can you please tell me what is the difference between PNG and GPG?
I'm guessing you mean PNGs and JPEGs. The biggest difference is that PNGs can have transparent backgrounds, which is why they're perfect for logos, while J JPEGs are better for photos because they're smaller files that don't take up nearly as much space. Basically, go with a PNG when you need something to float on top of a background, and JPEG for everything else.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maya, for your nice answer. Okay, thank you. So, Maya, could you please tell me what is the PDF file used for and what is CVG format?
PDFs are basically the universal language of documents, and you use them when you need a design to look exactly the same on every single device, which is why printers love them so much. As for CVG, I'm thinking you might mean SVG.
Maya, can you please tell me what is DPI graphic design?
Wait, VPI? VPI doesn't really ring a bell as a design term. I did a quick search, and most of what came up were just logos using the letters V, P, and I. I'm thinking you might have meant something else, maybe UI design or UX.
Maya, for your nice answer. So, could you please tell me what is image resolution and what is the purpose of alignment tools?
Yeah, image resolution is basically the level of detail in an image. It's measured in pixels, so the more pixels you have in a given area, the sharper the image looks. If the resolution's too low, that's when you start seeing those jagged edges or blurriness, which people usually call pixelation. As for the second part, I'm still a little confused. What was that about the next one?
Okay, so Maya, thank you so much. So Maya, can you please tell me why is typography important? What is the color theory important in designs?
Typography is basically the tone of voice for your design. Little bit of a curve in the font can make a brand feel playful, while a sharp, clean look feels more serious. Color theory is similar. It's like a psychological shortcut. The right colors can make someone feel energized or completely relaxed before they even read a single word. They both basically ensure your design actually says what it's supposed to say.
I have intuitively decided. Can you please give me last advice to my audience?
Tell your audience that the most important thing is to keep experimenting. Don't be afraid to make ugly designs at first. That's how you actually learn what works. Just keep creating and having fun with it.
Okay, so Maya, thank you so much for your nice advice. So, thank you for exploring these graphic design software questions. I hope that this list helps you learn, practice, and improve your graphic design knowledge. And
You're
keep
so
creating,
welcome. I had a
keep learning,
blast diving
and
into
let
design.
your creativity shine. So, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Allah.